Here's the truth. Social media is not killing the music industry. It is your crappy attitude about it that is. Today on the Daily Drop, we are going to talk about how blaming the platforms, the algorithms, social media is hurting your artist career because you refuse to see the incredible opportunity that is in your hands right now. I get it. It is super easy to blame social media, algorithms, and all this marketing stuff that you got to do because it does take time and it does take energy. But if you consistently stay in that place, you are missing a massive opportunity to grow your career with these incredible tools that you have at your fingertips all the time. So really, it's not social media that's ruining the music industry. It's the way that you're using it and the way that you approach it. Look around and you'll find so many artists who are finding success using these tools every day. You have to look at it like you have 24/7 access to your fans and the potential fans that are waiting to discover your music. And when we use social media as a tool to broadcast, we create those opportunities. We open up the pathways for people to connect with us, for fans to connect with us, for promoters to check us out and get to know who we are and potentially book us. So if you stay stuck in the mindset and in the loop all the time that social media is killing the industry, it's ruined everything for artists, you're really missing out. Now, I get certain aspects of this argument with social media and this feeling that it is ruining the music industry because there is a lot of crap behavior when it comes to social media. There is the rise of the influencer DJ that literally has no basis or reason to be booked for, the gigs that they're getting booked for. It's just simply a metric and a number. I get how that feels challenging and frustrating. But if you keep focusing on that and you allow that to detract you from your ability to utilize the tools you have in front of you, that's on you. That is not on the music industry at large. And I'm a big believer that if we want to see something change in the industry we work in or the communities or culture or circles that we're in, that we actually have to lead that change. We have to lead the culture change. And it's true. There's a lot of ickiness with social media when it comes to events and people backstage, and it's just all about taking the videos and looking cool, and it's all about booking the influencer DJ who has a lot of numbers because they're going to sell tickets. I get all that stuff being present, but if we, like I said, if you focus on this stuff, if this is what is dominating your mindset when it comes to social media, you are missing the opportunity that's right in your hands right now. So really, it's the mindset that matters more than anything when it comes to social media, when it comes to marketing yourself. You have to get it right in your head first and trust in your own ability to show up, to create, to share your message and your music in a way that is effective and connects with your fans. There's a reason that people operating at really high levels in any industry or any field talk so much about mindset, because mindset is what allows us to move into action in a way that is in alignment with what our goals is, that allows us to create the kind of success that we want to have in whatever endeavor we're doing. It's just a simple truth. To grow your career, to see success in anything, it's gonna take consistent and comfortable action. And a lot of the resistance for social media, I believe, comes from this resistance to being seen and having to show up and having to speak and use our voice and be creative with these platforms in a way that actually works for us. So again, it comes back to this piece of how are you actually using social media? Because maybe you hate it so much because you're using it in a way that actually doesn't work for you. Maybe you hate it so much because in your mind, you really believe that only the people with the big numbers are going to get anything out of it. And that's simply not true. There are so many artists that are finding success in their own way using these tools. And you have the same opportunity as everyone else to harness these tools for your benefit of your career. So I want to ask you, are you avoiding social media because it's hard? Are you avoiding it because you have maybe a fear around it? What is it that is holding you back in your mind from really utilizing this tool right now. Like I said, 24/7 connection, like 24/7 opportunity. And I know that that feels overwhelming just to hear someone say like a 24/7 kind of vibe, but it's true. Like at any moment, you could be out there creating whatever you want to create to connect with your fans, and it could be fun. It doesn't mean you have to be on 24/7. In fact, I do not recommend being on 24/7. I recommend developing a strategy with social media that really works for you, that's going to allow you to hold and maintain a mindset that is positive, that is focused on your goals, that isn't about all the trash that's out there, all the trash in the industry that we get flooded with. Forget about it. Cut it out. Like you have to, if you're going to grow a career as an artist, like you're going to have to be able to put up some serious blinders on some shit and be able to focus. Like there's just no other way around it, because we are inundated with information and overconsumption and comparison and all these pieces. But it's up to you to set those boundaries and to be clear with yourself about how you're going to engage with social media and how you're going to use marketing for your benefit. And the real truth here is never before have artists had the opportunities to grow in the industry that they have now. There are literally no gatekeepers from you growing the way that you want to grow right now, from you creating what you want to create, sharing the music you want to share. I can't tell you how many pretty big artists I've seen this year make huge pivots in their music, in their touring, because they don't necessarily have to do it the way that it's always been done. And while some people are crapping on the industry right now, others are going, wow, there's like a lot of opportunity for me to expand and grow in new ways if I want to use these tools in a way to be able to do it. So the real truth is that never before have artists had more opportunity to grow their career and take complete control over how they do so. And that's what's so incredible, amazing about having social media available to you, is that you have this ability to go out and be like, all right, like how do I want to shape my career? How do I want this to look? What kind of music do I really want to create? And how do I want to put it out there? There's no label telling you you can't do it. You don't need the label to do it anymore. You're able to go out and do it the way you want to do it. And that is incredible. You get to employ your creativity in ways that you may have never been able to. And that's why choosing to see the opportunity of marketing yourself as an extension of your artistry, of your music, doesn't have to be this prison or this way of doing something that, feels really misaligned or frustrating. But you got to get right in your mind with it. Like there's no one that can do that for you other than you. So as you're prepping, getting things on your calendar, getting prepared for 2025, seeing what you've got in the flow, this is the time to work this piece out and to commit to showing up in a way that works for you and to showing up consistently, because the consistency is what is going to help you overcome all this nonsense and this trash that we are hearing in the industry. Like forget about it. Forget about it. Shut it out. Use these tools. Take this opportunity to grow your career the way you want to grow it. It's time to realize that social media isn't the actual problem here. The issue is the crappy mindset and having to shift that and having to figure out your way forward. And that's what a lot of people don't take the time to do. That's what we do here at Synthesis. We help artists find the way to move forward with social media and marketing themselves that feels good, that doesn't feel like a detraction from their artistry, from who they are, from their time and their ability to be creating and in the studio and touring and all the things. You have just the same amount of tools available as any other artist out there. So if you're seeing artists that are successful, start observing, start seeing patterns, the way things are working, break them down. See if there's a way you can integrate and incorporate it into your own strategies. And then put the blinders on. Give that to yourself. Give yourself some time to go in deep on this piece. Because it really does take time. This isn't like a 30 days of being consistent and all of a sudden career takes off. This is likely going to be a year to 2 years plus of putting consistent energy and effort into your social media and marketing to really hone and develop your brand, your voice, your messaging, the way you communicate. This isn't an overnight thing. This is a long haul thing. And that's something we have to understand when it comes to practices like social media and marketing. It is a long haul game you're playing if you're growing an artist career, and you got to be ready to go in it and go deep. And marketing yourself, I don't think there's anything else that can take you deeper that isn't like I'm going to go on a Vipassana retreat or something, like it's that level. Like when you're marketing yourself as an artist, like it's that level of like getting real with yourself. Because if you want to be sustainable, you have to do it in a way that's real. Otherwise, you are bumming because this is going to be hard. It will be hard and frustrating if you let all the other noise come in, all the beliefs you have about this person's going to think this about me, my family's going to think this about me, the industry sucks, this artist doesn't deserve it, blah, 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 blah. Like, cut that stuff out now. Cut it out now and get real with yourself about what you actually want and commit to showing up for it. Forget the industry is fucked. Like, just forget that. Because it's your choice to see it in a different way. And it's your choice to use the tools that are right in front of you right now to change the trajectory of your career. So as we're like, again, flowing into the end of 2024, this is the time to be evaluating this stuff and to getting gut honest, real with yourself and looking at what you got on the calendar coming up in 2025 or what you want to be on the calendar in 2025 and start putting in the work now. Like, do not wait, especially when it comes to marketing and social media. There is not this like ramp up timeline in a sense. Like it like requires that consistent nurturing and seeing it through and building. Now's the time to start doing it. Because if you've got big plans in 2025, you need to have that market needs to be warm out there. Your audience, your fans have to be ready. They got to be ready for the tour drop. They got to be ready for the new releases to come out and be excited about them. So start now. Do not wait. Look at what you can do to bring some energy to your platforms. Look at what needs to shift in your own mind to do so. And start small. I've said this before, just start small. You don't have to have some 5-day-a-week posting strategy right now. That's actually probably not going to work, especially if you haven't been consistent. Pick somewhere to start that you know you can be consistent, that you know you can hold yourself accountable to, and start there. And you're going to see it's going to grow and it's going to get easier. And the more you do it and the more you focus on connection and creating connections with people, the more nourishing the social media space starts to feel and the better reward you're going to see, results you're going to see for your artist career when you do so. So take a few minutes today to think about how you're going to use social media to grow your career and what tools and resources do you need to have in order to do it in a way that is going to be sustainable for you. And think about what do you need to keep the noise out, to not worry about the industry and who's doing what and this artist that and these people think this, and cutting this stuff out. What do you need to set up for yourself in your daily flow and the way that you use social media so that you don't get bogged down by this BS? So that's what we got today on the Daily Drop, a little social media flow for you. Let me know how it lands. Let me know if you guys want to go into any of these topics with social media deeper during these daily drops. I'm happy to break down anything you guys want to cover. Feel free to leave a comment or shoot us a message. And if you loved this video, make sure you hit subscribe. If you're enjoying these daily drops, shoot them over to another artist friend. Help them grow their career as well. Like we're in the industry together. Like let's make the industry an amazing place to be and an amazing place to hang out with so many creative and talented people. Thanks for tuning in and we'll see you next time.